Okay, y'all, I'm going to try to rapid fire my review of A Court of Silver Flames. Don't mind my puzzle in the background, my star piece. First things first, this was my favorite of all 5 of the books. I actually really enjoyed Nesta's point of view. I felt like she was such an interesting character compared to Feyre. Like, I know she's terrible, but like that made her so much more interesting. Feyre just is like too perfect and too, she just is so plain and falls flat for me. So like I really enjoyed Nesta's point of view. It's too much spice for me. I have a toleration for it, but it was so much. If you want to know how many pages I skipped, it was 27. 27 is a lot. Not in the grand scheme of things, but it's a lot. I was like, oh wow, okay. And I didn't like that they were just always thinking about it. It's like, okay, like spend your time thinking about someone else, something else. And I know for some people like they really enjoy that, so that's fine. Honestly, I felt like there was too much detail about like weird things. Like the exercises they were doing, the stretches they were doing, the breathing. It's like that somehow pulled me out of it because it's like, okay, I know you're doing squats, but that doesn't feel like fantasy to me. That feels like real life, and I'm here to get away from real life. So I feel like sometimes Sarah J. Maas just like gives too much description instead of just doing kind of like a training montage, kind of like what you see in Mulan, for example. You know, we don't see the exact steps, everything, you know, it's just like a quick little snippet. I felt like some of the world building was so random. The Valkyries, the Troves, and the Pegasus. It felt like Sarah J. Maas was just like world building, world building, world building, and it just didn't fit. It just didn't make any sense. Kind of clunky for me, and then the fact that we just didn't really get any clear answers on what the heck Nesta's power was the whole time. It was just kind of like, okay. I just felt like she hadn't decided what Nesta's power was, and she just never figured it out, and she just kind of wrote it. So overall, this was 3.5 stars for me. My favorite out of the books, but still really not my favorite. If I were to recommend the series to anyone, I would say just skip to this one and Cliff Notes the other ones, but I really wouldn't recommend it to anyone. So those are my thoughts. Hopefully they're not too chaotic. But if they are, happy Saturday. Okay, bye.